Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai Samaveta Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna dear devotees, welcome to today's Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita reading. We are reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela chapter 1, the later pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is the episode, of course it's a synopsis of the pastimes that will appear in the Madhya and Antya Khandas, Madhya and Antya Leelas. So in this synopsis, we are reading the section where Mahaprabhu meets with Rup and Sanatan Goswamis, and seeing their utter humility, Mahaprabhu said, please stop this, give up this humility. Your humility is breaking my heart. And then Mahaprabhu said, uh, I know the nature of your humility from the letters that you have written to me. And I had sent you one verse. So the letters that were written, the letters that you have written, in that, so the letters that they wrote were of the nature that, you know, we are stuck in this material world and we would like to join you, like that. So Mahaprabhu sent a message which was a verse. The verse said that a woman who is attached to a man other than her husband, who has a paramour, she does her household activities. She appears like she appears to her husband that she is very busy in her household activities. She is very efficient in her household duties. But while she is busily doing all this, in her heart she is always meditating on um, on the time that she would meet her paramour. So similarly, the purport or the import of this verse for Rup Sanatan Goswamis is that, like that wife, you should be very busy in your duties in this world so that your, you know, master here, the king, he may not doubt you. But actually, while doing your duties, you should be completely detached from those duties. We come across this even in Srimad Bhagavatam. When we were reading Srimad Bhagavatam, I think it is Prahlad Maharaj, you can correct me, who says that when you're in family life, uh, so these are the instructions. Either Prahlad Maharaj or maybe it's Narad Muni instructing Yudhishthir Maharaj. But in that section in the seventh canto, there it is said that um, a man in household, a householder, how he should live. Externally he should say yes, yes, yes to his family members, right? They say this and that, so many things, he should just say yes, 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 like that. So you appear like you're very much involved there and you agree with your family members that, you know, but actually in your heart, you should be very clear that all this is temporary. In your heart, your attachment should only be to Krishna, not to anything else, not to your property. You may appear to everyone like you're very, a very a person who's busily working in this world, you know, maintaining a family and successfully doing so many things. But in your heart, you should not have any, even a tinge of attachment to those things, like that. So this was said there also. Of course, the Siddhanta is always the same. It can be any number of generations. Whatever Lord Krishna spoke to Brahma, the same thing Lord Brahma will speak to Narad Muni, the same thing Narad Muni will speak to all his different various disciples, and they will speak the same thing. Same thing Srila Prabhupada will write, same thing our Acharyas will write. The message will not be changed, only it will be presented according to the audience at that particular time, how they can receive that message. So it will be explained in a way in which it can be received by the audience at that time, but the message itself will never be changed. It will be the same. So here Mahaprabhu said, yeah, externally you appear like you're very busy, but in your heart you always maintain that attachment. And then also Mahaprabhu assured them, he put both his hands on the heads of Rup Sanatan Goswami. And he said, I think that very soon you are going to be delivered by Lord Krishna. Right? So now you go home. You rest assured. Don't worry. Don't fear about anything. You can go home now. And I know, I think that you will very soon, right? The word is very soon. Very soon, very quickly, you're going to be delivered by Lord Chaitanya by Krishna. Then, one second. Yeah, see. One more thing that Mahaprabhu said is that everyone asks me why you have come to Ramkeli, because the Lord is headed towards Mathura. What is the purpose to come to Ramkeli? It doesn't fall on the way, it's out of the way. Why did you even go to Ramkeli? What business have you got in Ramkeli? Everyone asks me, but nobody knows my intentions. Actually, I had no business to come to Bengal at all. I have come here only to see you two brothers. And it's very good that now you have come to me, you have seen me. Okay, so my mission is accomplished. I have come here, I have seen you. And Mahaprabhu also gave them their names, Rup Sanatan Goswamis. He said, now you can go home. And don't worry about anything, don't fear, right? Just go back. And the instruction was already there, right? You continue your duties, but your attachment should be only to Krishna, not to the duties that you're doing. And then the Lord said, birth after birth, you have been my servants, eternal servants. I'm sure that Krishna will deliver you very soon. The Lord then placed his two hands on the heads of both of them, and in return, they immediately placed the lotus feet of the Lord on their heads. They placed the lotus feet of the Lord on their heads. Now, the next verse. दोहा आलिंगिया प्रभु बोलिला भक्त गणे सबे कृपा कोरी उद्धार हो दुई जने. After this, the Lord embraced both of them. So first he put his hands on their heads and then blessed them that very soon you're going to be delivered by Lord Krishna. Then they fell down at his feet. They kept his feet on their heads. Then the Lord requested all the assembled devotees present there to be merciful upon these two brothers and to deliver them. So this is important. When we take Diksha also from our spiritual master, what does the spiritual master say? Now go and seek blessings from all the Vaishnavas that are present here. So you have to go and seek the blessings. When we get the blessings of Vaishnavas, success is guaranteed. Of course, you have to get the blessings of Krishna and spiritual master and Vaishnavas. Everyone, right? Vaishnavas is also important, equally important, getting the blessings of Vaishnavas. So Rupa Goswami, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is personally requesting the devotees, not that now you go and seek blessings from her. He is personally requesting all the devotees, please bless these two brothers so that they can be delivered. You be merciful to these two brothers and bless them so that they will be delivered. दुई जने प्रभुर कृपा देखी भक्त गणे हरि हरि बोले सबे आनंदित मने. Vaishnavas are also so wonderful. When they saw that the Lord is showering His mercy on these two brothers, they were very, very joyful in heart. When all of the devotees saw the mercy of the Lord upon the two brothers, they were very much gladdened. This is Vaishnava. And they began to chant the holy name of the Lord, Hari, Hari. So, so there is no envy. There is no envy in the spiritual world. So Vaishnavas don't have competition or envy. Why he's getting mercy? Why I'm not getting mercy? Feeling that envy. I wish the Lord had done that to me. Why I am not being successful? Why someone else is being so successful? That feeling is not there in Vaishnavas. When they saw the Lord is showering His mercy on these two brothers, in their hearts they were feeling so joyful. Sometimes we show that externally that I'm happy, but in the heart I'm burning in jealousy. But Vaishnavas were genuinely happy in their hearts, seeing that another devotee is getting so much mercy from the Lord. The Lord said, please show your mercy on both of them, right? They are special recipients of the mercy of the Lord. Seeing this, so when somebody is receiving special mercy of the Lord, that means the Lord treats this person as very dear to Him. Anyone who is dear to the Lord becomes very dear to the devotee also, because the Lord is dear to the devotee. So anyone who is dear to the Lord becomes dear to the devotee also. So when they see any devotee getting mercy, then they feel very happy. They feel very happy for that devotee, and that devotee becomes very dear to the devotees. So like that, when they saw Mahaprabhu showering mercy on these two brothers, when all the devotees saw the mercy of the Lord upon the two brothers, they were very much gladdened, and they began to chant the holy name of the Lord, Hari, Hari. And how do devotees express their happiness? They chant loudly, Hari, 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 like that. Purport. Srila Narottam Das Thakur says, Chhadiya Vaishnava Seva Nistara Peche Keba. Has there been anyone who has gotten success or who has been delivered without serving a Vaishnava, giving up service to a Vaishnava? Has there been any person, is there any person who, after giving up service to a Vaishnava, has been delivered? No. Unless one serves a Vaishnava, he cannot be delivered. Yes. The spiritual master initiates the disciple to deliver him. And if the disciple executes the order of the spiritual master and does not offend other Vaishnavas, please pay attention to this. Spiritual master is initiating the disciple to deliver him. Okay. Now, from the disciple's point of view, the disciple, if he executes the order of the spiritual master and also does not offend other Vaishnavas. So, for us, the general order is always there. Basic order is follow 4 regulative principles, chant at least 16 rounds, and then there's further general orders for all devotees, right? Rise in the morning, attend Mangalarati, preach. Help in the ISKCON is a preaching mission. Try to preach the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu according to your capacity. Distribute books, tell your friends, inspire others to take to this process to maintain their devotional vows, like that. Reach to your capacity, then live a simple life, simple living and high thinking. Don't eat anything which is not Krishna Prasadam, like this. And serve Vaishnavas, stay in the association of devotees. These are general instructions. So follow the general instructions given by the spiritual master, general or specific. Sometimes you get specific instruction, then you have to do those, because they're given especially to you. And at the same time, oh, just because I'm following my spiritual master's instructions, so no. While following, you also remain humble. Don't offend other Vaishnavas. If you do these two things, you carry out the order of the spiritual master, and if you don't offend other Vaishnavas, then your path is clear. This is the assurance Srila Prabhupada is saying. Then his path is clear. Consequently, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested all the Vaishnavas present to show mercy toward the two brothers Rupa and Sanatan, who had just been initiated by the Lord. Yes? So, you don't offend Vaishnavas means what? That means you have to get the favor of the Vaishnavas, isn't it? They should be positively disposed toward you. So Mahaprabhu is requesting all the Vaishnavas. Without service to Vaishnavas, no one can ever get delivered. So therefore Mahaprabhu is requesting all the Vaishnavas, please cast your mercy on these two brothers, Rupa and Sanatan. They have just been initiated. When a Vaishnava sees, uh, that another Vaishnava is a recipient of the Lord's mercy, he becomes very happy. Just the opposite in this world, isn't it? In this world, when you see someone else becoming more successful, you cannot stand it. So somehow or other you have to pull that person down. Vaishnavas is when they see another person, what is the highest success? If you receive the mercy of the Lord, when a Vaishnava sees another person receiving the mercy of the Lord, he becomes very happy. Vaishnavas are not envious. If a Vaishnava by the mercy of the Lord is empowered by him to distribute the Lord's holy name all over the world, other Vaishnavas become very joyful, right? Like the way Srila Prabhupada did. He is preaching all over the world. Then other Vaishnavas, those who are actually Vaishnavas, they'll feel very joyful that the Lord has empowered this devotee has received the mercy of the Lord. They'll feel so happy. They will bless that person, shower that person with all their good wishes and blessings and prayers if somebody is a Vaishnava. Why? Because Vaishnavas will not have envy. Oh, this devotee is doing better service than me, and you feel like looking for an opportunity to find a fault with that person, minimize that person. That's not Vaishnava. Okay? If a Vaishnava by the mercy of the Lord is empowered by the Lord, empowered to do what? To distribute the Lord's holy name all over the world, other Vaishnavas become very joyful. That is, the condition is, that is, if they are truly Vaishnavas. What does that mean? And if they are not becoming joyful means they are not truly Vaishnavas yet. One who is envious of the success of a Vaishnava is certainly not a Vaishnava himself, but is an ordinary mundane man. So you see, devotional service is all about the consciousness. That's why it is said, Bhava Grahi Janardana. Krishna is looking at your bhava. What you're doing externally, right? This is in the material world. It's all about how you present yourself externally, whatever you may be thinking in your heart. It's so superfluous, isn't it? The dealings are all just superfluous, not coming from the heart. Whereas Krishna consciousness is about genuinely coming from the heart. It's not that you're simply showing externally and inside you're burning with anger or with jealousy. So, one who is envious, who's actually feeling envy in his heart, it doesn't matter what he may be saying externally, but he's actually feeling envy at the success of another Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada is saying he's certainly not a Vaishnava. If he's feeling envy in the heart at the success of another Vaishnava, he's certainly not a Vaishnava. He's just an ordinary mundane man. Envy and jealousy are manifested by mundane people, not by Vaishnavas. So very, very important principles here, right? If you see envy, jealousy in a person, he may be posing as a Vaishnava externally, but if he's having envy and jealousy, you can understand what is the level of his advancement in devotional life. Never mind what post or position that person may have, what title that person may have. But if he's experiencing envy and jealousy at the success of another Vaishnava, that this Vaishnava has the mercy of the Lord, if he's feeling envy, then you understand he's just an ordinary mundane man. Because envy and jealousy are manifested by mundane people, not by Vaishnavas. Why should a Vaishnava be envious of another Vaishnava who is successful in spreading the holy name of the Lord? Especially somebody is spreading the holy name of the Lord. That is the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He has come to give us this holy name. Through that holy name, he has come to give us love of Godhead. He wants पृथ्वीते आचे जतो नगर आदि ग्राम सर्वत्र प्रचार होइबे मोर नाम. This is his mission, that in every town and village on this earth the holy name must be spread. So if one person is empowered to do that, if anyone is feeling jealous about that, if anyone is trying out of jealousy, out of envy, is trying to minimize that person's position, he's not a Vaishnava. It does not matter. He may be dressed as a sannyasi, he may be having the title of a guru or whatever. Powerful statement. Why should a Vaishnava be envious of another Vaishnava who is successful in spreading the holy name of the Lord? So we don't go by the externals, we go by the quality. We should go by the quality. And someone may not have any position, may not even be wealthy, may not even be very highly educated, maybe a simple villager kind of a person. But if he is genuinely appreciating another Vaishnava, then he is a Vaishnava. But in the material world, the disease is we go by the positions and titles and qualifications, material qualifications that a person has, and based on those material qualifications, you assign their position in spiritual life. This is an advanced person because this person has so many titles behind his name or her name. You should go by the quality. How many Vaishnava qualities that person is actually exhibiting, has developed. By that you should go. So why should a Vaishnava be envious of another Vaishnava who is successful in spreading the holy name of the Lord? An actual Vaishnava is very pleased to accept another Vaishnava who is bestowing the Lord's mercy. Yes, he feels very happy. Like here we saw all the devotees, when they saw Mahaprabhu's blessing Rup Sanatan Goswami, they felt so joyful. Out of joy they were saying Hari, Hari, Hari. That's a real Vaishnava. A mundane person in the dress of a Vaishnava. See, he's a mundane person, but dressed as a Vaishnava. He has tilak, dhoti, and even some titles maybe. He should not be respected, but rejected. A mundane person in the dress of a Vaishnava should not be respected, but rejected. This is enjoined in the Shastra. Upeksha. Upeksha means ignore. The word upeksha means neglect. One should neglect an envious person. Of course, you don't go around now blaspheming that person. He's envious, he's envious. Then what's the difference between you and him? You're doing the same thing, or her. You're doing the same thing. So what do? If you see a person who has this type of mentality of envy toward Vaishnavas, understand, regardless of what his dress is, you understand that this is neglect. Don't neglect means, of course, of course, on the other hand, it is also said anyone who has once chanted the name of Krishna is, you should not, uh, in your heart, you respect him for that. Or he's chanting or she's chanting Hare Krishna, for that you have respect in your heart. Yes, you're taking the medicine. You're taking the medicine because you're chanting. But when they are envious, you don't take that message seriously. When you see them expressing their envy, you don't take it. You don't accept that. And you don't take intimate association of such person either, because when you're intimately associating, meaning taking their instructions, uh, then you'll also be infected by that mentality. So from a distance, pranam, like that. A mundane person in the dress of a Vaishnava should not be respected but rejected. This is enjoined in the Shastra Upeksha. The word Upeksha means neglect. One should neglect an envious person. One should neglect an envious person. A preacher's duty is to love the Supreme Personality of Godhead, make friendships with Vaishnavas, show mercy to the innocent, and reject or neglect those who are envious or jealous. This is actually, this sentence is actually the qualification of a Madhyama Adhikari devotee. Madhyama Adhikari means he loves Krishna, uh, and he makes friendship with devotees. He is merciful to the innocent who don't know anything about Krishna consciousness. So he is merciful to them. And those who are envious, he ignores them, he neglects them, he avoids them. Those who are envious or jealous. There are many jealous people in the dress of Vaishnavas in this Krishna consciousness movement. So we should also be aware of this, right? We should not be very naive. Oh, everyone is a devotee, everyone is, and then we should treat everyone. No, that is a Mahabhagavata. A Mahabhagavata doesn't see anything, but we see difference. And you should act accordingly. You should love Krishna, make friends with those who are genuine devotees, or at least sincere. They're not envious. They're not propagating envy or hate towards another who's sincerely trying to serve Krishna. Right? And you reject such association. You reject, avoid such association. And be innocent. Preach to those who are innocent. Those who don't know, preach to them. Be compassionate to them. Give them your association. Those who are innocent. And those who are devotees already, those who are sincerely trying to serve, make friends with them. And those who are envious, avoid that association. Then you'll make progress in Krishna consciousness. Yeah. There are many jealous people in the dress of Vaishnavas in this Krishna consciousness movement, and they should be completely neglected. They should be completely neglected. Don't associate with them. There is no need to serve a jealous person who is in the dress of a Vaishnava. See, direct statements. There is no need to serve a jealous person who is in the dress of a Vaishnava. And Narottam Das Thakur says, Chadiya Vaishnava Seva Nistara Peyache Keba, he is indicating an actual Vaishnava, not an envious or jealous person in the dress of a Vaishnava. Yeah, the type of association you have, that's because all our spiritual progress is dependent on the association that we get. So we should be careful about who we are associating with and who we are serving, right? Prabhupada is saying there's no need to serve a person who is simply dressed as a Vaishnava but actually is not a Vaishnava because he's envious or jealous. So we will end here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. We'll continue tomorrow.